Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Arsenal X, the Xbox podcast here on the Boss Rush Network. I am one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is the joy of the EXP cast and my favorite Xbox co-host on the Citadel, the one and only Stoyovich.
How's it going? As I'm sipping tea from my N7 mug.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, it does N7 mug. Yeah,
we are.
Obviously, I am a fan of the Mass Effects.
It's true. You are.
Yeah. Everybody's a fan of something, and you know, it's I hate using the term super fan because like there's people that are fans of it. Like,
yeah,
that's the only game that they play.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever join these
okay.
like Facebook groups and like these Facebook groups of people that like, you know, oh, hey, there's a Mass Effect Facebook group, and then there's a, you know, Halo Facebook group, or there's a Call of Duty Facebook group, stuff like that. And it's like, that's all these people play. And it's like, oh, blah, blah, I'm on my 8th playthrough this year, and blah, blah, this and that. And it's like, ooh, like, okay, like, those are super fans.
Yeah.
Those are super fans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also the people who, you know, poke holes in their Garrus pillow at night, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Thane. There's a Thane, but there's a Thane body pillow too. Oh my God. I think there's Tally as well.
There's a body pillow for most of the, except for Rex. Although that'd probably be more like a beanbag chair at that point because he's so large.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool though. That'd be cool.
I mean, everybody's got a type, right?
It's true.
If you're, because I'm on a Mass Effect group, and hearing people like, you know, like playing their gameplay, like, oh, I'm gonna be playing a biotic, you know, male shepherd, and I think this time I'm gonna romance Caden Alienko because he's the heart of my stars, and this and that, and it's like, oh, bro, take it easy.
Yeah.
This time I'm gonna try to romance Jack. I'm gonna really appeal to her sensibilities. All right.
Yeah.
Romance in video games. What do you think? Interesting intro topic. What do you think of romance in video games? You think it's necessary?
I think it's fun sometimes. You know, I'm not opposed to it. You know,
I kind of got against it like recently because like when I did the whole Legendary Edition.
Says the man whose two favorite games are Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
I know, that's the funny thing because like I just recently played Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition. I didn't romance anybody.
Why?
And because why?
Why? Why not?
Because why?
Because it's fun.
Why do I have to? Why do I have to?
Because it's fun. This is
I'm doing this in Dragon Age Inquisition. I ain't romancing anybody.
This is a good topic for After Dark, by the way.
No, this actually would be So yeah. I would be interested in talking about that in After Dark. Is romance in video games necessary?
Yeah.
Because believe me, when I first started, I was like, Tally best girl, man. Tally best girl. And I think I like romanced Liara, romanced Tally. I romanced Kelly Chambers. You know, that was that was an interesting one. But because she ended up being a bitch later. Do you remember that in Mass Effect 3? She was, man.
Yeah.
That was a dark tale in that one. But we'll save that for later. Anyway, the
I every time I play Mass Effect, it's Liara.
It's Liara. Yeah.
I don't know. I just always like I follow that path, you know? Because Miranda is like too. It's the obvious choice in Mass Effect 2. Like I think they made her for you to go after her, right? Like I feel like that was like the intent of Miranda, right? As I make a woman's figure out of my hands on. Well,
I mean, you know, she has a female figure, I guess. So.
Yeah, and then you know, and I don't know, and then like I don't know. I just wasn't ever interested in anybody else, and I was like, Liara is like, she's fun. She's kind of like unapologetically naive in certain ways that like.
Yeah, and she could be kind of like not a stick in the mud, but she's like kind of like, you know, that stiff one at parties.
I guess you would say almost like a prude at some point.
Yeah, the like especially at the Citadel when like Tally and Garrus were roasting her pretty bad.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, but I always like Liara, and like even I'm planning my playthrough now to play through it in the next couple weeks, and like I still think I'm going to go Liara, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like if I said I romanced Ashley in the first one, people would like come after me with like pitchforks and, you know, burn my house down, you know?
Bigot.
Because that's the way the internet is this time. This
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I don't understand why people don't like Jacob. Like the only reason why I heard a bad thing about Jacob is if you romance Jacob in 2 and you get into a relationship with him, he moves on without telling you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That
because like in the third one, he gets involved with one of the doctors that he works with on that base that he's protecting, and like she's like, you know, your female shepherd is like, hey, I thought we had a thing, and he's like, what do you expect me to do? Wait around for you? And
yes.
You're like, yes, you do.
I am Commander Shepard.
God damn it.
God.
So.
Also, like, it kind of happens if you romance Ashley or Caden also in the first game, and then you go to the second game and like you meet them on whichever one you saved or romance.
Horizon.
Like,
yeah,
and like depending on if you romance them or not, they like really like get mad at you because you left, and they're like, "I moved on," and it's like, "No, you didn't.
No, you didn't."
This is why Liara is the one.
Yeah. Because she's got your back no matter what you do, where you go, who you're with.
Even
she's there, she's the real OG.
Yeah, even if you can't play with her in the second game until the Shadow broke her.
Yeah,
she still got you. She's got you.
So I think that's the only right answer.
It's a good answer.
Yeah.
So, ooh, hold on. Ooh. Paramount Pictures commented on my Halo TV show article on LinkedIn.
Wow.
It says, Corey, thank you for sharing. The series will air on Paramount Plus in March. See you there, Spartan. Wow.
You got called the Spartan, bro.
I did.
Wow.
Wow.
I
feel so cool.
If you guys are just listening to the audio, he's got the biggest grin on his face.
I mean, what can I say?
Huge grin.
Grin.
That's all good.
I know.
It's all good.
I got excited.
Don't let that get to your head now.
No, it's already there. It's living in there. It's living in it. It's moved in. It's unpacked. You know, it's sleeping on the futon. You know,
sleeping on the futon.
Oh man,
I had a futon.
Yeah, futons are not comfortable.
Well, you really have to get a really good mattress.
Yeah, but even then, you might as well just buy a bed because it's a bed.
Yeah,
and a good futon mattress is about as expensive as like a mediocre bed. You know. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the versatility, right? But you get a Sleep Number bed, and it sits you up sometimes. You know? I know they're really expensive, but it's like Futon Plus.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it turns into a couch. When you're just talking, shooting the shit, playing some video games, watching a movie and stuff like that. And you're like, all right, time to go to bed. Genius.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. Futons, man. Man, have you ever sat on a futon without a mattress? That's a bad decision.
I'll say that's a bad decision. Why? Did you do it as a dare?
No, I did it kind of on accident because I wasn't paying attention. I was at someone's house.
How did you do that on accident?
I was just at someone's house and it was kind of dimly dark. Like it was really dark, and like it was it was kind of like a party, and I was talking to someone and I went to sit down and I sat on the futon because they took the mattress to do like, I don't know, I think half of them were drunk and probably sliding down the stairs on this futon mattress.
It'd be like that though.
Yeah, and I sat down and yeah. Good thing I sat where like the bars were like supporting my butt cheeks though, because if it like went up the crack, one bar goes up it's done. I mean, some people are into that. It's not me,
Some people are into that.
Yeah. It's okay if you are. I'm just saying I'm not.
Not me either.
So, Stoy. You know what? You know what? This is Arsenal X, the Xbox podcast, part of the Boss Rush Network. You can catch us
Had
live
to go for a little bit.
I know. On Twitch every Sunday night or on podcast services and YouTube on Tuesday mornings. If you listen on iTunes or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star rating and a nice review. We really appreciate it. Also, with every episode, just a quick little thing. Anchor allows you to put like polls and questions. So I've been leaving a question that has to do with the episode on Spotify. So if you want to participate in that as well, you can do that.
So what? Wait, what? You can do a poll on Spotify or something, or
yeah, if you on Anchor, which is where we host our podcasts,
right?
It allows you to create one poll per week and one question that people can just answer per week.
Okay.
And so I try to do that once a week of things that pertain to the episode.
Got it.
And it's really fun.
Cool.
I never promoted it, but I'm going to start because I think it's fun. Maybe I'll start doing that more towards like the end of the episode. Maybe it'll have to do with our topic, our main topic. I think that would be a good way to engage too. So, subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all of our shows and content on bossrush.net. You can get your Arsenal X merch on the Boss Rush store. Go to the store icon, or go to redbubble.com/boss/boss. Redbubble.com/bossrushnetwork. You can check out all of our store stuff. We're going to jump into what we've been playing in weekly pickups. Stoy, we're going to start with you as always. What are you playing there?
Well, I got into project mode this week because my man cave is the basement. I have this kind of long room where it's just, is my man cave, whatever. So, I have my TV mounted on a wall, and I got like 2 little shelves and stuff, and I got like bookshelves and just kind of figures and other shit just kind of randomly strewn about, whatever. So I kind of started getting to a point where I'm like, well, I kind of want to do some like redesigning, reconfiguring of some things, just kind of make this look a little bit cooler. So I got into deep diving on YouTube of like watching people tour their own little man caves and like, this is my video game room and whatever. And there are some people out there, man. Wow. They have some epic video game setups.
I know. It's crazy.
Like, I mean,
people go all out, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have a wall. Like, I think my collection right now is like 1,200 video games across like multiple different systems. So like, I have kind of like a GameStop / like wall of like video games, and I actually ended up getting these. On the Nintendo 64 cartridges, have you ever seen the stickers that are on the edge?
Yeah.
So I got like a whole stack of those, and I was just like kind of like taping on the ones that I have for the Nintendo 64. I was doing that the other day, and then I bought like 3 wall-mounted like square shelves, whatever. I hung on the wall yesterday. I've got these like picture shelves that I put on kind of like close to the ceiling, for my pop vinyl figures and my amiibos. And then I realized I probably need to start collecting more amiibos because I have plenty of room left. And I got enough room for maybe more pop vinyl figures. And yeah, it's kind of like all mixed things. So I was kind of moving things around like all week and trying to get some inspiration from what other people are doing. And I mean, maybe that'll be a project in the future, like where I get more in depth into doing more lighting type things, but we'll see. Other than that, besides, continually playing Dragon Age Inquisition, I ended up picking up the upgrade for Uncharted 4 on the on the PlayStation 5 because
did you get the whole thing or just that one?
It's interesting because it's going to be harder now to keep track of this because the way they marketed this game was that, buy it on the PlayStation 5 now. But there's never any marketing that outwardly tells you if you own the PlayStation 4 version, there is an upgrade fee of $10. So I own both Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy, which was like a DLC, but it was not a DLC. But if you pay $10 for the upgrade, you get the upgrade for both games instead of having to pay $50 for just a brand new game.
Cool.
So that's what I did. I jumped back into Uncharted 4 and man, that game is so good. Like, it's not a hugely significant upgrade in terms of graphics, but the frame rate is much smoother. The graphical quality is better in terms of like, faces, and like there's a little bit more detailed in the facial structure and facial animation. Like there's a little bit more high fidelity in it, and even some of the backgrounds and stuff, like the draw distances, are a lot better. The close-up detail is much better. But that's like if you're really paying attention to it. If you're just gonna play the game and rush through it, like you're probably gonna notice like the colors are pop a little bit more, and obviously the frame rate.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I have always loved the Uncharted games because the whole like history and exploration type thing, and that's why I'm really hopeful for like like Indiana Jones to have that same kind of that same kind of magic of just like really finding cool historical sites and like ancient sites or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you play Uncharted 4?
I did. I've played them all.
I don't know if I remember this because I don't know. I think I must have forgot about it my first playthrough, but like there was the sequence where you're trying to find this particular grave site, but you have to like look for like particular skull and crossbones and particular year dates. So like you're looking through all the gravestones, and he looks at one and he's like, "Oh no, not this one, bad dates."
Yeah,
and then your brother Tommy, he laughs. He's like, and I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Oh man, I use that. By the way, speaking of bad dates, I used that. Oh my gosh, what just happened? I used that on one of our podcasts, one of the After Dark episodes. It was literally called Bad Dates, the episode, and then I used the picture of what's his face catching the date in the midair as Indy threw it up in the air. He caught it. That was the image of it's the thumbnail. That's all. Continue.
Nice. Yeah, no, that was there's so many quotable lines in that movie. I mean, just obviously not a lot of people are gonna, not a lot of people are gonna get it sometimes, but pickups wise, I did. But I mean, besides the fact, I guess going back to Uncharted 4, if you have it already, just get the upgrade. Like, there is an upgrade for it, and I think it's going to be harder nowadays with trying to kind of determine. Like, you're going to have to do an internet search. Like, oh, does this game come with a free upgrade, or is it going to be a paid upgrade? Because I think I remember telling you about that. I got burned with that once. I got an Xbox game that I thought was going to get an automatic upgrade, but didn't realize the Xbox One game was just an Xbox One game.
Yeah.
So you have to be certain that you're getting the Series X copy, or that it has smart delivery, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, I think now that there's probably going to be more remasters coming of previous gen games, so we're going to have to kind of be a little bit paying more attention to those upgrades. But
yeah,
otherwise I picked up a few retro things, like I picked up Dead to Rights on the PSP, ended up picking up like Justice League Heroes for the PS2,
nice.
And I think last week I ended up scooping up some more things from that backwards compatibility sale. So I ended up picking up Sonic Generations, which
nice.
I've yet to play again. But
nice.
And some other stuff I forgot, but
yeah, Sonic Generations is great.
No, good pickup. It is. Like, it's it was like $2 too, and it's like the best. It's probably arguably one of the best Sonics to have come out in the last like 15, 20 years, I think. Honestly,
I would say it is the best Sonic outside of maybe Sonic Mania.
Yeah, Sonic Mania was really good. Kind of brought back that old school style, but yeah, Generations was amazing.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's all I've done.
Nice. Let's see. Since we recorded last, like that Monday, I packed everything because I left on Tuesday for a work trip, so I didn't really get to play much Xbox. I played a lot of Mario Kart with people from work, and I played a lot of Metroid Dread trying to really wrap that up because I'm bad at Metroidvania games, but I really want to finish this one. So I'm really trying to hunker down and beat it. It's still really good though, man. That game, man. Say what you want about the Switch hardware, but Nintendo kind of knows how to optimize their games for it.
Yeah, I know. I've not heard good things about Legends Arceus though, in terms of graphics.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I heard it kind of like looks like 360 PS3 graphics.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what I expect from Switch mostly. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like. I guess when it comes to Switch games, I have expectations that are lower in terms of graphics than the other consoles, right? I just always have, and I always will.
I do too, but I think something like when I suppose like, I mean, and Pat explained this to me. It's like when you compare a game like Breath of the Wild that came out right at the start of the Switch life cycle, and then 5 years later you get Arceus, and it looks worse than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but then you have the thing where like, oh well, Nintendo and the Zelda team have been making console games for years, and this is only their second outing, Game Freak's second outing as a console game.
Yeah, as like a fully fledged like 3D game. Yeah. So, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it too. I'm not expecting much from a Pokemon game in terms of like fidelity or frame rate. Like I'm really not, especially their first kind of openish world game. Right? Just not.
Yeah.
But also, I'm probably not going to get it. I'm going to be honest. Like, I thought about it. I was like, oh, man, I'm seeing a lot of people really hype this game up. And then I'm like,
yeah.
But am I really going to play it? No. I'd rather save that $60 for something else.
We won Galutrad's giveaway.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He sent me a message last night because Pat ended up picking up an extra copy, so we're doing a giveaway on the EXP cast. And Galutrad sent me a message last night. Jacob from the POW Block.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know who he is, he sends me a Twitter message saying, "Hey, you guys won the giveaway," and like Pat has it, Josh has it, and I was like, I mean, I guess I'll play it if Dan doesn't want it, and Dan is more of a Pokemon fan than I am, so I was like, here, you can have it. I don't. Yeah.
I'm just not gonna bother. I don't think. As much as I would really love an open world-ish style Pokemon game, but like the time has passed for me for Pokemon. I think like Red and Blue and Gold and Silver were like the games that I really enjoyed, and like I played Let's Go Pikachu for a while just to get that. Oh, this is really a nice nostalgic hit for that era, and I'm like it's good enough for me,
Yeah, I never got into it. I mean, I played Let's Go. Because I really wanted to try out the whole Pokemon thing, and I'm like, eh.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is like my daughter is getting to the age where she's starting to like Pokemon because my nephews like Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
And she's like really obsessed with Pikachu and whatever else they're into these days. I don't know. Pikachu's still around, right? I think so.
Yeah. Pikachu's still a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I figured. I see him everywhere, but I'm just like, I don't know if people who played this generation of Pokemon really care about Pikachu the way, it's like people that grow up in this era of Disney. Do they really care about Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, I suppose when you think of Disney, that may not be the first thing you go to if you're a kid versus an adult like us.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm probably not going to get it. I'll probably just, if she wants to play something like that, I'll just let her play Let's Go. That seems like a good starter for a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I'll say.
So I played a lot of Metroid Dread. I did play some Halo, but I kind of like fell asleep while I was playing last night. So I was so tired. That time from the West Coast to the East Coast is just brutal. You don't think 3 hours is a lot of time, but 3 hours is a lot of time.
No, it is for sure.
But I did pick up a lot of things. I picked up a day one Xbox One controller to display.
Okay.
Because like you, I'm getting ready to move out of this office and move to the room behind that curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be the kids' toy room just because there's so many toys behind that curtain. It's stupid. Yeah. It's stupid. It's stupid. I'm like, I knew I had a lot of toys when I was little, but this is just ridiculous. So I'm kind of like buying these displays for controllers. I think I showed them on last week's episode. They're just like these little clear stands.
Yeah. What were they called again? Because I think you sent me the link, but I don't know if I missed it or what.
Yeah, I actually ordered 2 more orders because I ordered 2 more today, and they're supposed to be here tomorrow, which is nice. They're called Oaprier, OAPRIRE, Universal Controller Stands.
Okay.
And you can buy like one level 1 or 2 level 1, so you can display 2 controllers at the same time.
OAPI what?
OAPRIRE.
Okay.
And they come in blue, red, and clear.
Okay.
And,
I see it now. Yeah.
They're really nice. They're only like $15. You know.
Yeah, for 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put it on my wish list just to kind of get back on it because I was thinking about doing something like that too, and I was thinking about actually like taking like a large wood slab. Like I had this idea of like taking like a cross section of like wood, like a tree or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And doing you know, kind of mounting the controllers on that.
Yeah.
But that who knows? I heard those things are pretty expensive.
Yeah. I have a shelf that I'm going to display them on. They're currently holding all of my Disney Infinity figures. There's 3 of them up here.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going to put some of those away and display these Xbox controllers. I do think it's cool that I can display every single Disney Infinity character on these 3 shelves, though.
Yeah, I'll say.
Impressive. It's the only collection I ever completed.
Okay.
I even have like the crystal clear ones. I thought about and there's also 2 of them that they went into production, but they were never sold because the game was canceled before the expansions came out. I almost thought about buying Peter Pan because he was the next character listed to come out, and they were packaged and boxed and everything. But you go to buy them now, they're like upwards of like $500 right now.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
I was like, nah. Let me look it up, actually. I'm interested now. But I picked up the day 1 controller. I ordered 2 more display things. And then there's a good sale going on right now. I picked up Splinter Cell Blacklist. And I picked up Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'd never played it. And I'm like...
That's the best one.
I know.
That's campaign-wise.
That's what I hear. I only want to play the campaign. I don't care about multiplayer for Call of Duty. I have my multiplayer games. I'm set in the multiplayer space. I don't need to add another one. Yeah. But I heard the campaign was pretty good, and I think the last campaign I played was like Black Ops 2.
Wow.
Yeah, I was never a big Call of Duty guy. I played a lot of Modern Warfare because obviously when it came out it was like the biggest thing on the planet. But
yeah,
after that I was just kind of like, meh, it's okay. So I got that. What else did I get? I got one other thing that was really cheap, but now I forget. So, whoops. But that's all I picked up. That's all I've been playing. Nothing really special there. But you know what is special, Stoy? The Halo TV series has released officially. The trailer.
Yep. That trailer.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay. It's so during the NFL playoff game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs today on Sunday, Paramount released a powerful trailer.
Go Bengals though, huh?
I know.
I mean, first time in like 30 years.
Yeah, don't rub it in.
Well over
I'm a
30
Browns
years?
fan. We don't like the Bengals.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but still,
Pass.
like pretty amazing.
I mean, yeah, but the Browns have never been to a Super Bowl, so
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care.
Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, you know, so many people think the Packers are going to make it to the Super Bowl this year, and they're always heavily favored, and they always choke at the end.
Oh, like this year?
Yeah, like this year and last year, and pretty much every other year. So,
yeah.
By the way, would it be?
By the way, one of the guys on the trip I was on, Carl, he was one of the delegates at the event I was at. we did this thing that was a hometown gift exchange, and I got his gift, and it was a bunch of Chiefs stuff. Mm-hmm. So like there's a Patrick Mahomes bobblehead sitting up on my chair over there, and like a block with the Kansas City Chiefs logo on it, and a lanyard, and there's a hat, and I told him I'd wear it on the show to make him happy, and my daughter took it and put it on her teddy bear, which is hilarious. So
okay,
sorry, Carl. I was gonna wear it, but my daughter took it. I can't say no to her. So.
Yeah, you can't say no to that. Nope.
Yeah. But where was I going? Oh yeah, Halo trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Paramount released a powerful trailer for the series starring Pablo Schreiber as John 117, Danny Sapani as Sergeant Johnson, Olive Gray as Miranda Keyes, and Jen Taylor reprising her role as the voice of Cortana, Chief's AI companion, and Dr. Catherine Halsey. Halo, as described by Paramount, is, quote, an epic 26th century conflict between humanity and an alien threat known as the Covenant. Halo will weave deeply drawn personal stories with action, adventure, and a richly imagined vision of the future. There are new and familiar faces in the trailer, as well as recognizable foes that Chief and his new team of Spartans will face, iconic vehicles, and iconic weapons and authentic vehicles and ships. It definitely hit a lot of things that fans of the series will love.
The Covenant design looked pretty good.
Yeah, I was shocked at how good the production was on them. It looks like people. It looks like a mix of CGI and practical. So
yeah,
I really like.
Because I know there was like that one like fight scene that Chief had where he was kind of like ducking and weaving in between two of them, and it's like part of that looked real, but also like part of that looked kind of fake, where it was like, okay, it looks like he's like kind of fighting on a, with green screen and like fighting at nothing, but like it's still like the Covenant, the way they moved, like it looked real.
Yeah, I wonder if it was like a wire thing mixed with people in like kind of green screen suit style things.
Yeah.
Because like those suits, I've seen the suits that they wear for those. It's the same suit. I don't know if you ever saw the remake of Beauty and the Beast. It was really bad, but the behind the scenes stuff was cool because the guy that played the Beast was in this kind of, it almost looked like a mech suit where he was actually acting in this kind of green and gray suit. So like he got the form factor of like the legs, because they kind of look like dog legs. And like he got to like kind of walk in this kind of big suit that mimicked the Beast's body type, and I wonder if those are the types of suits that they're wearing, because that suit that he was wearing for Beauty and the Beast was like, they could easily have someone walk around in that type of suit and actually put armor on it to make it look like a practical effect, and then like obviously the face and kind of maybe the texture on the skin and stuff would be CG.
Okay.
But I was really into that trailer. I really liked it. And I know a lot of people. Dude, as soon as that trailer hit, nothing but negative things to say. Everybody on Twitter. I was like, you know what? I'm into it. My New Year's resolution was to be positive about everything. Well, not everything, but most things. I'm going in. I'm like, you know what? I like Halo. I want to see Master Chief fighting aliens. I want to see Cortana.
I'm kind of curious. What bad did they have to say about it?
Oh, gosh. Okay. Steve Downs isn't playing Master Chief. It's not following the canon of the first game. Miranda Keyes is black. Cortana isn't blue. Dr. Halsey's too young. The everything looks like it has a Matrix style filter on it. Like,
oh, okay.
God, just shut up. It's Halo.
I want people out there to understand something. The franchise that you love, you don't own that franchise. Right. You may love it to death, but you do not own it. So if they come out with a non-canonized Halo with Miranda Downs as a black woman, fuck off. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I'm kind of tired of that whole like, and entitlement that some of these fans have, where it's like, if you don't like it, then okay, fine. I guess you're gonna have to find a way to deal with it. But like, to go on blast with it and just like dump on it even well before, even after watching like just a 2-minute trailer of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
yeah. Oh, the other complaint was like, Chief's upper body's too small. His team of Spartans isn't blue team.
Oh my God.
Because like all 3 of the Spartans that are with him are new characters for the show. All the Spartans are new characters for the show. It's like, man, just relax.
Let it go.
Like, I thought,
just enjoy things.
I'm like, this is gonna. I think it's gonna be cool. Like, I don't care if it's mediocre. I'm excited for this show.
Yeah.
It's like, this reminds me of like all the Star Wars fans who claim they're Star Wars fans but only like Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah, because Empire Strikes Back was the best Star Wars and nothing ever tops it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. I'm so glad I'm like not. At least I hope I'm not like that. There's only one franchise that I'm like that with, and I don't even think I'm totally like that. And that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I even like the Michael Bay movies. I thought they were fun.
I did too. I don't like to say that out loud, so that's why I'm glad you're the first to say it.
Yeah, I don't care.
But I like the Michael Bay movies.
Yeah, they were cool. I liked how each turtle had their own personality and distinct look. I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it wasn't the 80s and 90s cartoon. Okay.
Well, eventually when you get franchises like that evolve over generations, they have to kind of match with whatever the generation kind of goes into. So you get a lot of the only thing I didn't much care for was the design of the Thundercats cartoon that they did.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of made it look like Adventure Time looking art style, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know if I like that, but you know what? I'm not going to watch it, and I'm just going to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Instead of just like blasting it.
They did that with the new Ninja Turtles cartoon, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It got canceled after like 2 seasons.
Yeah, I heard that one didn't go very well either.
Yeah, well, they changed everything. Like, Raph was the leader, and like
Raph was the leader.
Yeah. And like April was a scientist, which was fine. Like, I don't mind that change. But people, like, even then, I'm like, look, I'm a 35-year-old man. Okay, I don't get to dictate what cartoons are for children.
Yeah,
I had my time.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said before, you don't own that either.
Yeah,
you don't own Raphael. You don't own April. You don't own the Ninja Turtles. You don't own anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they don't owe you shit.
And besides, I have my 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie on Blu-ray. If I don't like what's out now, I can pop that in and be like, that's Ninja Turtles. It's good.
Yeah, cool. All right. And then you move on with your life.
Yeah. I don't have time to complain. You know what? If I had enough time to complain about everything I didn't like, you know how much time I would have?
How much time, Corey?
Enough. I would have enough time to be productive for other things.
Yeah. You can dedicate your energy to maybe other things.
Yeah. But I really liked the Halo trailer. I had thought like seeing the weapons and Master Chief in like real Master Chief, right? Like in live action, and the weapons and the ships and the Warthog. Like when the Warthog rolled up, I was like, yeah, that's cool. And then when like the Banshee showed up, like it was just cool.
I don't know, the energy sword I was like all cool with.
Yeah, where he was like cutting through the wall with it. Episode 1 Star Wars style, which I know nobody likes that movie either, and I still think it's the best of the trilogy. There you go.
The best of the original trilogy?
No, of the prequel trilogy.
The prequels. No, yeah. I agree with you. Actually, that is the best one.
Yeah. Anyways, Halo show. So okay, so I was thinking, Stoy, for a Patreon exclusive show, we should do a review of each of the Halo episodes. And then once the show is over, we'll release all of our reviews on YouTube.
Okay.
If you're up for that.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I'm down for that.
Yeah. Cool.
I may have to replay some of them again, but only for a short amount of time, because I own every version of it, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could totally do that.
Yeah. Be cool. Yeah. Look at us.
Halo Reach is going to be in my top 2 or 3 probably.
Yeah. I meant review each episode of the show.
Oh, each episode of the show. I thought you meant each video game. Oh, okay.
I mean, we could do that too.
No, yeah, I don't mind doing that.
Because I was planning on replaying them
too.
all this year.
Yeah.
So we could do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, cool. You know what? We'll do all of it.
Do it all. All the Halos.
Mm-hmm.
Would that include Halo Wars, and Spartan Assault?
Okay, I'm not playing those. I'm not playing those. I'm not into RTSs.
Okay.
So I did have a soft spot for ODST. I know at the time not a lot of people liked it because it was kind of a weird break in form.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, it was cool. I didn't really understand it at first because I'm dumb.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I liked it. I haven't played it since it came out though, so I wonder how it holds up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, fun fact about ODST: the first ever Easter egg for Destiny was an ODST.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it's not in the Master Chief Collection because Bungie owns Destiny and 343 owns Halo, or Microsoft owns Halo, and they didn't leave it in. Because it's literally a poster of the Traveler.
Okay.
And then it said, what was it? It said something along the lines of the original tagline of Destiny, like "Become Legend" or whatever.
Okay.
And it was just like a small poster in like one of the alleyways where one of the audio logs for the side story was.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody really knew what it was because everybody just thought it was like a picture of the moon.
Yeah.
And I don't. It was like a cool thing.
Well, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
That seems kind of like weirdly petty, but I guess.
Well, it's like a copyright thing, I guess.
I get it.
Yeah. Let's see. I want to see what this really is because it was really fun and interesting. It says Destiny awaits, and it's a picture of the Earth with the Traveler sitting above Russia, which is where like the opening of Destiny 1 takes place. So,
okay.
And then also one of the buildings in Destiny is clearly a Master Chief helmet.
Oh, all right.
So I'll send you them in the chat because they're cool.
Okay.
But we'll move on because I know nobody cares about this stuff. Like,
no, it is kind of an interesting Easter egg. I guess that's I didn't know why ODST wasn't in the collection, so I guess that makes sense.
Well, it is now, but they had to change it.
They had to change it. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Where replace it? Yes, thank you. Man, doing stuff on the fly, Stoy.
Yeah, I feel you,
great.
Man.
It's great audio for the audio listeners, you know.
Well, I guess that's why you do post editing, right?
I do.
Maybe if you want.
I do. Anyways, let's move on to our next story here. Certain Affinity is working on a Monster Hunter style game for Xbox and Game Pass. It seems Certain Affinity, the developer behind multiplayer modes from Halo, Call of Duty, Doom, and more, are creating their own IP with the help of Xbox Game Studios Publishing, codenamed Project. How do you say that word? Certes? That sounds French. Certain Affinity seems to be developing a large-scale multiplayer game in the vein of Monster Hunter, as reported by Windows Central and Jeff Grubb via his Giant Bomb news show, Grub Snacks. The Untitled project is said to, quote, feature big monster battles with multiplayer, and started development in summer 2020. They're looking at a 2023 reveal and a release in 2024. That sounds cool.
Well, no, it does because, Monster Hunter Rise is doing really well for the Switch and the PC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Monster Hunter World is Capcom's best-selling game ever.
Yeah, and I think it was the fastest growing game I think they've ever had. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something like that too. I mean, admittedly, it was like the first Monster Hunter. I played Monster Hunter for the Wii U, but no, I mean, it was one of the first Monster Hunter games. Like, it was the entry point for a lot of people. So, I think monster hunting games are kind of, are big for them.
Yeah,
are big for people right now, and they want more of it.
Yeah, for sure. I think it would be really interesting if they, did kind of like the opposite of Monster Hunter, the way the Surge is kind of like the opposite of Dark Souls, in a way where maybe you're fighting monsters with some sort of cool technology,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really cool. Although I wouldn't mind a Monster Hunter clone. It just feels like, why would you try to emulate something that's out there that people are just going to like better? So they got to make themselves stand out.
Yeah.
I think. But
No, yeah, I mean, what is it? Dragon's Dogma. That was Xbox exclusive for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was kind of Monster Hunter before Monster Hunter was really big.
Yeah. Yeah. Dragon's Dogma was like, I feel like that's one of those games that became really big years after the fact because people started really liking Monster Hunter, and then they wanted to go back to other games that were kind of like Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of like the Souls games in a way too, where like Demon's Souls was like a really niche product, and then once Dark Souls came out and Bloodborne, people started going back and being like, "Oh, what's this? What's this?"
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what Certain Affinity does. I mean, they clearly know how to do multiplayer with Call of Duty and Halo.
Yeah, did they do anything else? Yeah, I was gonna say, did they do anything else?
They've done.
They were ex-Bungie employees too.
Yeah. They left Bungie to do their own thing, but they also ended up working on Halo. I think they just felt more comfortable being able to kind of do what they wanted to do, and they did Doom's multiplayer with the snap map stuff. They've done a bunch of Call of Duty maps. They did the Xbox Live arcade game Quest for Booty. It was like one of the first kind of major Xbox Live titles that wasn't Pac-Man.
Right. Yeah. No kidding. Or Bejeweled.
Yeah.
They did the port for Left 4 Dead to the Xbox 360. They at least helped with it. So.
Yeah. They've done a lot that you would just never like know that they did, right? Like that's kind of their MO, is like we kind of are behind the scenes, but we're proud of our work type deal.
Yeah.
And I remember the snap map feature on Doom was like really cool. It's just nobody used it because the campaign was surprisingly good, I think.
Yeah, no, honestly, this is good for them to kind of, I don't know, work on something of their own, because you look at their record, it's like they've either helped co-developed or worked on a multiplayer DLC. So yeah.
But speaking of multiplayer, Certain Affinity is still working on Halo, which is
great,
their MO, I guess.
Yep.
But this time, Certain Affinity may be working on a Battle Royale mode for Halo Infinite. Speaking of Certain Affinity and Halo, a team at the developer is said to be creating a more accessible mode for casual players and newcomers to the franchise, and many believe it is a Battle Royale mode. In a quote from Windows Central, it states, quote, "Certain Affinity has long been a close partner of Microsoft, working on various Halo titles from Halo 2 through to the Master Chief Collection and Halo Infinite. I've received some separate hints that Certain Affinity may also be working on a new game mode for Halo Infinite, which could be a take on the popular Battle Royale formula of something different, something completely different entirely. Though Battle Royales seem to be the butt of a lot of jokes these days, a new one within the Halo sandbox could provide a much-needed shot in the arm, especially if Forge mode can also be implemented into the mode." I think...
I just really think the Battle Royale formula is kind of dying. Like,
I think if you're not Fortnite, PUBG, or Apex Legends, it's really difficult to get into, right? Because we just saw Ubisoft's first, well, actually a lot of their, Hyperscape is going offline in April, they said.
And that game's only been out for like a year and a half.
Yeah, less than that, I think.
Yeah. It came out in 2020.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
Like it was like this big drop where they were like, "This is our sweet new edgy like free to play battle royale," and it's like everyone's like, "Great."
Yeah, and they have,
and they're already shutting it down.
Yeah, and Ubisoft has two more, right? They just kind of put out that thing where they're like, "Hey, our next Ghost Recon game is going to be a battle royale," and everybody's like, "Nobody wants that," and they're like, "Oh, right." And then they have
so they're
they're
going back and actually redoing it. They're redesigning it. So they said that, I think I read that it's on indefinite hold.
Yeah.
So there's no release date for it, because they're probably like, shit, we really read the room wrong.
Yeah. And the other one, X Defiant, is a battle royale, which is ridiculous. It's just, why do you have so many? Like,
help
me, Stoy. Help me.
When Doom came out with Deathmatch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Deathmatch and multiplayer modes, other video game developers started to kind of copy suit. And I remember the times where people were like, "Oh, they're just copying the Doom formula."
Yeah.
And now it's like Team Deathmatch has been such like an integral part of multiplayer that we don't even think to mention Doom in that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Because enough time has passed. So Battle Royale, the Battle Royale mode may go into that phase of like, okay, it's just copying the Fortnite or the PUBG formula.
Yeah.
But if you can integrate that into, like, I suppose if Halo integrated it as just, this is just a multiplayer mode, but we're not dedicating an entire game to it.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll benefit them. But like to create a game just dedicated to just that one battle mode, Battle Royale,
mm-hmm.
that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. I think implementing it into, like you said, into the current multiplayer suite is really smart because it offers other things, right? I think that's the problem that something like Apex Legends faces is like it's just a battle royale. And like not everybody wants just a battle royale. They want options, right? And I think that's we kind of talked about it last week, but like I think that's where Call of Duty's multiplayer is going to evolve, where Warzone is going to become the multiplayer suite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to get the campaigns via Game Pass or if you want to buy it or whatever, right? And maybe you have to buy, maybe it's like a separate package where, like, which they've already kind of experimented on PC, right? Where like the campaign costs $30 and the multiplayer stuff costs $30, or you can buy it in one package for $60 or whatever, however, the super duper $3 million package or whatever. But like, maybe that's where you go, where like if you want the Modern Warfare, at that point probably Modern Warfare 3 stuff in your Warzone, maybe you buy the Modern Warfare pack for Warzone or something.
Yeah.
Where I don't know how that's going to work, but like Warzone's going to become like the big multiplayer hub, I feel like, for Call of Duty, right? And I feel like Halo is starting out with their multiplayer suite and they're adding the Battle Royale mode into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the smart way to go. And that's where I kind of see, like, Apex is still popular, right? Like it's a cool version because of like their spin on it is like the hero shooter style thing, right? The Overwatch style Battle Royale. But they don't have any other modes. Like one of the most popular modes that they had a deathmatch mode, right? And it was only like a limited event and everybody loved it and then they took it away.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, maybe I want to play that more. Maybe I want that Overwatch style experience in a Titanfall universe. And then the other thing is like they don't have a singles mode in Apex. It's all team based.
It's all team based.
And like, I don't know about you, but every time I played a battle royale by myself, like I've gone in like a singles mode, and like if I play with somebody, it's usually someone that I know. I'm not going to play on a team with somebody I don't know.
So I think that's where Halo's going to struggle a bit because you're going to have, you don't have a kind of like identity in terms of like a unique character. It's just,
yeah, but I think that's where the
skin.
armor stuff comes in, though.
Well, yeah, like I mean, you'll have that, but like I think one of the things that Apex Legends did such a great job of is, and games like that, games like even Fortnite with all the different characters you can download, and Overwatch, where it's like you actually have unique characters with unique backstories and maybe unique kind of backgrounds or whatever. Halo just has like, Master Chief Armor A, Master Chief Armor B, or Spartan Armor A and B, and so on.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, I guess you could do that through battle passes, and maybe there'll be crossover stuff. Like there's been rumblings of like a Doom battle pass at some point where like you unlock Doom guy in Halo or something, which is
yeah. I mean, Microsoft's got a ton of franchises that they could just slide right in there.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I don't know. I think a Halo Battle Royale would be big for them. I really do think a Battle Royale in the Halo universe initially would be big.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of legs it would have, honestly, because Halo is so built around that arena, shooter space. To like put it into a Battle Royale would be like, I don't know. They could do some unique things, right? Like I don't think it could not work, but I just think people go to Halo for different reasons than they would Apex or Fortnite.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't play it. I mean, I don't play multiplayer in general, but I know that probably wouldn't appeal to a lot of gamers, but it probably, there's a so large constituency of people that play Battle Royale and love Battle Royale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe it'll bring that Battle Royale crowd into Halo and to get more eyes on Halo instead of the other way around. Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe that's their goal.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's like a limited event, right? Maybe it could be like a limited style event, which is very popular in Halo.
Yeah.
Which I think might actually be the better route.
I don't know. It's like limited events. It's sometimes it's just so. Man, I don't know how to. I don't like limited events. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean it's to keep people engaged, right? Like that's the whole draw of limited events and battle passes and stuff. Which I actually like the way that Halo's doing it. Is you can actually swap between battle passes if you haven't finished.
Oh yeah,
which is cool. Although this one ends in like May instead of February. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how well Battle Royale does. I'm intrigued, at least. Maybe probably not like itching to play it, but
yeah.
All right, Stoy, let's get to the wrap up. Hogwarts Legacy and Gotham Knights are still on track for a 2022 release, despite rumors of both games being in some sort of development trouble. Warner Media CEO Jason Kilmar tweeted, record revenues, a leading streamer just 19 months in the HBO Max build, setting the pace for the industry creatively. Questionable.
Okay.
It's been only a few years since we embarked on going direct to customers and going global. I'm proud to report on behalf of the team that it is working. This mission, the strategy continues in 22 with a sense of urgency, launching HBO Max in many more countries this quarter and the balance of the year, launching CNN Plus. Ooh, goody. Another subscription service.
Okay.
And delivering a full slate of highly anticipated games. On this list of games, the two images were Gotham Knights and Hogwarts Legacy this year. Time will tell, but both games look exciting, at least to me.
I think that kind of proves my point that we may not see Suicide Squad until 2023.
Yeah. Yeah, because the only two games listed on the images that he tweeted out were these two.
Yeah.
Which I guess you don't want to...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I guess you don't want to release two like Batman-themed games in 1 year, I think. But...
or maybe not in close succession. Like we may be seeing... Like especially Gotham Knights, we may be seeing sooner than we anticipate. I mean, it was initially slated to come out last year.
Yeah, like you want to release Gotham Knights in like February or March, and then Suicide Squad in like November. I think that would be cool. That would have been cool. And then I guess Hogwarts Legacy somewhere in the middle, probably August-ish, so it doesn't get eaten alive. Because I don't know, as excited as I am for that game, it feels like a game that if it came out any later than September, it would be eaten alive, right?
Yeah,
from everything else.
Yeah, it really would. I mean, I just wish sometimes like game developers and publishers would like sit down on a round table like, okay, who's going to claim April? Who's going to claim May? Okay, let's try to spread this out as often as we can because, people have wallets and families to feed.
Right.
We can't put all our games out in 1 month, like the developers are doing right now. Like starting this week, you got Dying Light 2 coming out. And then next week, you got like Horizon and then Elden Ring. And oh my God.
I know. It's ridiculous. It's so crazy.
It really is.
Yeah. I mean, and then like there's 12 months in a year, guys. Like the summer is wide open.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Put it out there. Put it out there, please.
People still play games in the summer, guys.
I play games in the summer.
Yeah.
I'll buy your game in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah. I will do it. Full price.
Yeah, full price. I'll pay $60, $70. Whatever.
Yeah. Summer and August does not count as summer, guys. I'm talking like May, June, July here.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess what? Switch released Captain Toad and Octopath Traveler in July. Okay? Take notes. Take notes.
Yeah. And they did just fine.
They did. Captain Toad's amazing.
Yeah. What a stupid game. but I mean that in the best way possible.
I know. I mean, the whole concept of Mario is stupid, really, right?
Yeah, it really
he's a
is,
fat plumber who crawls through pipes, jumps on mushrooms, eats mushrooms to jump on other mushrooms. You know.
Yeah.
Shoots fire out of a flower.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wears different animal suits to do different things. It's just, come on. How high was Miyamoto when he created Mario? Let's be honest.
What's gonna make him grow bigger? Mushrooms, man. Mushrooms.
Mushrooms, man.
Like, does he eat them? He's like, I don't know, man. He just touches it. That's it.
No. Oh, don't touch the purple ones though.
Oh,
They'll kill you.
Yeah, but the green ones will give you extra lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you die, you'll come back to life.
Yeah, but you only do them a couple times though, not like infinite times, just a couple times.
It's so stupid.
I would love to be in that boardroom.
Oh, does he have a brother?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's got a brother, but he wears white. But like, we're gonna change it in the future, probably to green or something.
Yeah, nobody likes him.
Nobody likes him though. Let's just all make fun of him for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I always maintain my my theory about Princess Peach is actually Bowser's lover, and that Mario is the jealous ex-boyfriend that keeps going back to rescue the princess, so to speak.
Yeah, like Braid.
Yeah, like Braid. He's the jealous ex-boyfriend that just let her go and can't let her go, so you have to go rescue the princess. And
yeah, stupid. Mario's so stupid, but I love Mario games.
They're
just
Mario.
So stupid.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of other games coming out, The Elder Scrolls Online is getting a massive expansion entitled High Isle, set to release in June. Ancient island home of the Breton elite in the Sistiers Archipelago. Explore a bountiful tropical atoll, ringed by stunning white cliffs and hosts to both majestic castles and dense jungles. 2 new areas to explore: High Isle and Aminos. So there's a new storyline, Tales of Tribute card game, 2 new companions, delves and public dungeons. These are all things that I'm assuming people that play this game know what they are. Items and unique gear, and the expansion will set you back $59.99. So great.
$59.99. Well, I suppose it's significant.
It will also net you access to all previously released expansions for ESO if you do not own them already. So cool. You're getting included in that would be Morrowind, Somerset, Elsewhere, Greymore,
I think, yeah.
Greymore, and the recent Blackwood. So that's if you don't have any of the other expansions, it's a pretty good deal. I'm surprised they aren't giving you some sort of discount if you already have the other ones. So if you're in ESO, have fun in June.
That's one of those things they really don't like. Sometimes you think they would give you a discount, especially if you own past, but I don't see a lot of developers doing that.
Yeah. Destiny doesn't really do it unless you buy like the digital deluxe edition. But I feel like everybody that buys the digital deluxe edition would already own the expansions. I don't know.
Right.
I feel like that version is for the people who are really into it, you know? So I don't know. I don't know how other MMOs work though. Destiny's literally the only MMO that I play, and it's hardly an MMO.
I think of Rainbow Six Siege, like for example, when the years would come out, like, oh, here's the year 2 pack, here's the year 3 pack, but there was no like, hey, if year 3 came out and you want to buy packs 1 and 2, here's a discount, or like if you want to just buy year 3, here's a discount even too. Like, it's just like, nope, one price for everybody. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be a better way, guys. There's got to be a better way.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Also, it's also my favorite in Destiny when like they're about to vault a bunch of content because they take content out of the game when they get new content in. Like they always sell. Like right now, they're about to vault the Forsaken expansion, which is ridiculous because the whole story right now is based around people playing that expansion and knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
But they're selling it for $20 right now, the expansion, and like they're giving you 3 exotic ciphers, which allow you to buy the exotic weapons from this kiosk from that expansion. And it's like, why are you selling it now? The game that comes out in less than 4 weeks. Witch Queen comes out, and this is going away. Like I get it, but like, just why? And it kind of sucks because that's still, out of all the expansions that have been released up to this point, that is clearly the best one.
Yeah.
And they're vaulting it. So I really hope they figure that out. That's a discussion for Tower Casuals, though, I guess. Even though we have had that conversation at least, what is it, almost February, 3 times this year. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for the wrap up. Games with Gold were announced, Stoy. Are you ready for this amazing lineup of games with gold?
Man, it's, it always kind of cracks me up how like PlayStation Plus new games come out and then Xbox games with gold comes out, and it's like, man, it's like nothing like hugely groundbreaking.
I know.
But when you think about it, you're getting these games for free for life.
Yeah. Yeah,
so it's literally like the publisher's giving you this game away for free.
Yeah, I get it, but like also this just feels like we're pushing you towards Game Pass, right? That's what all these kind of like quote unquote bad decisions are doing, right? Remember when they tried to increase the price to Xbox Live, and like
they backpedaled that real quick.
I know, and like the bad games with gold and stuff. Like, I mean, the only one on here that's I've shown any interest in playing is Aerial Knights Never Yield. Mm-hmm. It's like this.
Hydrophobia was really good. I remember.
Yeah, in like 2008.
Yeah, I know. That's one of those things. Broken Sword 5. God, I don't even know when that came out either. But...
I didn't know there were 4 other Broken Swords.
Why
are you breaking so many swords?
Have you never played any of the Broken Sword games?
No,
I suppose they're kind of like point and click adventures.
Oh, I've never even heard of them.
No? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're point and click adventures. There was a Broken Sword that Elijah Wood was in. He did a voice for one of them. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, if you're into that sort of thing.
I mean, he was big when that game came out, maybe.
Yeah. So
the games with gold, Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse is available from February 1st to the 28th. Aerial Knights Never Yield is available from February 16th to March 15th. That's the game. That's the game on this list that everybody should probably check out if you want to check them out. Hydrophobia, it was, like Stoy said, an interesting game when it came out at the time on Xbox Live Arcade on the 360. And then Band of Bugs, which is, I think it's some sort of tactics game or some sort of RPG tactics game, maybe. I'm not even sure. Play as your avatar and fight against bugs, spiders, and even up to 7 of your friends in Spider Hunter mode. Band of Bugs is a fast playing, accessible tactics strategy game that puts you in the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hate it when like games tell you that.
I know.
Like it puts you in the game. Like, I want to be in the game.
I know. So stupid.
Yeah.
Better update your Xbox 360 avatar if you want to play this game.
Oh God.
Gameplay is deep enough for established fans of tactics genre, but friendly enough to appeal to the casual gamer as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so again, pretty poor lineup of games.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Broken Sword is good. Like if you're into like point and click, like story adventures, and I actually may pick that up because I used to play quite a few of the Broken Swords back then. And, I haven't played one in a long time, so I'd be curious to maybe give this one a shot. I don't know. But you got me interested with Aerial Knights. I ended up looking into that because that's like a 2D side-scroller, endless runner.
Yeah.
Or 3D, I should say.
I remember when this game came out, a lot of people really loved it.
Yeah.
I think it came out like a year ago, maybe at this point. But I just remember that game was really interesting, and I was listening to an interview with Ariel Knight himself.
Okay.
It was the developer, obviously, and like the reason why he kept his name in there, and it was kind of like during the
This is probably one of the more newer games, right?
Yeah, this game came out kind of during the Black Lives Matter movement, the the big push initially, and like he kept it in there because he wanted people to know that black people can develop games too, and it was really important to him to do that. And so it was a cool story, and the game ended up being really well received too. So
okay,
yeah. So there's your games with gold for February. Remember to add them to your library. You don't have to play them now, but in case you want to go back to them, they'll be there forever.
Yeah, because it's not like they don't go away. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, time for our segment, Pass It On. What's coming to Game Pass this week, Stoy?
Only one game, at least as far as we know.
Yeah, don't worry. By the time this publishes, there'll be like 17 more games.
Yeah, of course. They're just shadow dropping, and they're all going to be big names too. But Dreamscaper is the one that's coming out on February 3rd. So yeah, but actually, yeah, it'll come out probably the day after this post. But this is a roguelike, melee-driven combat style, not combat, but like roguelike isometric third-person action game where you're actually going into your dreams and fighting your demons and exploring like this dark city that's kind of in your mind. So it's kind of an interesting premise, but
yeah,
I'm not into roguelike games, so this is a hard pass for me.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a pass for me too. Not going to lie to you.
Yeah. I mean, there's the only other things that are really confirmed this month are like, a game called Besiege Console, which is like a physics-based building game, that Edge of Eternity, that's like a kind of like an old school JRPG, and then Total War, Warhammer, and Shredders, bro. Shredders.
Yeah, Shredders is going to be awesome. Did you know that it's developed by a bunch of people who did Amped?
I believe it.
Yeah, they developed all 3 Amped games. Gosh, Amped was cool. It was like SSX competitor, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Man. By the way, we need a new SSX. Where's the new SSX at? We're getting Skate 4. We could get SSX.
Isn't EA making that one too? Aren't they?
SSX?
SSX, aren't they?
I don't know.
I thought they were, because I know obviously they announced that they were making Skate 4, but
yeah, I wonder if EA will have a renaissance of these. NBA Street. We get some FIFA Street in there.
Yep.
Gosh.
EA big.
Yeah.
Well, they incorporated FIFA Street into the FIFA games.
Oh, did they?
And it's some of the cringiest storylines you've ever played. It's so stupid. Oh God.
Of course
so because they would actually bring in players, like the actual real players, and like have them do voiceovers.
Wow.
And then it's like one of those things. It was like the awkward, like, your avatars like with your team, and all of a sudden, like, Cristiano Ronaldo walks in and he's like in bad English, "Hey, I saw you played pretty good. You do a good job." And then your player's like, "Oh my God, you're Cristiano Ronaldo." It's like, oh God.
Is that what he sounds like?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's what he sounds like. If he's tried to speak English.
I mean, I believe you.
Yeah, have you seen that Theragun? That Theragun commercial? He's like, "At my age, I need to be healthy, so this is the best way."
Oh no, never seen that.
I don't know.
It's okay.
And he's like massaging himself. That's what that motion was doing.
That's
driving all the ladies wild with his half naked ass like on the bed, just like massaging his muscles.
Okay. Okay.
You dreaming, bro?
No.
Dreaming?
No.
Okay, sure, whatever.
Sure. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if this was newsworthy, but they're releasing there's another soccer game being released.
Is it the Konami e-soccer or e-football? The free-to-play one?
No, it's not that one. It's God, what was it called? Was it EFL? No, it wasn't that. But it was like I looked it up today, but because it's supposed to be a free-to-play game.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it's it's like a free-to-play game, but it's got like 5,000 licensed players, and it kind of delves into you literally making your own dream team. It's called UFL.
Oh.
And they released a trailer for it where they said coming out when it's done, 2022.
Wow.
And it's basically like, you're just basically like kind of buying, you're earning credits in the game, you're buying players, you're creating your dream team, so to speak, and then obviously you're going online to compete. So I mean, I know you're not interested in this, and I am not interested in this at all.
I mean, I'm sort of interested. I'm not like interested in playing it, but it's an interesting story.
We need, sports games need competition. I think it kind of makes it drives innovation, because that's why, games like FIFA or NBA or Madden, like they're the same year after year, because there's no competition. There's nothing like driving them to innovate.
Madden is like the worst, and it's coming. 22 is coming to. Oh, that's the big thing that I forgot to talk about. Well, they're not coming this week. They're coming at the end of the month. But all of the 2022 EA Sports games are coming to Game Pass at the end of February.
Oh, very cool.
After like the Super Bowl's over and everything, like I'll be checking out Madden 22, and I'll give you an update on how much of the same it is, because I played. So I always play the free trial because if you have Game Pass Ultimate or EA Play, you get the 10-hour trial or whatever. So I always play, and I play online, and by the time that 10th hour rolls around, I usually have my fill of how bad the game is. So it's crazy, because like playing online is way worse. Like the lag, it's pretty much like a turn-based RPG at that point. You just gotta guess. Gotta guess on where players are going. Like, and I have fiber internet. I'm plugged in, and it just. But then you go over to like franchise mode or exhibition or whatever, and it's like it plays probably like it's supposed to, and it's like, gosh, like why can't it play like this online?
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, you need competition. You need competition to push it.
You really do.
To push you to do better, to push you to innovate, to push you to incorporate new things, to kind of entice players, to convince them yours is the superior product.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why Madden dominated, because they had NBA, they had ESPN, and they had 2K, like really kind of pushing them to become the better one.
Yeah, so. and the year that 2K was considered better was 2K5, and
that was the last.
Yeah.
And then EA said, "Okay, all right. Instead of competing, we're going to buy the competition."
Yeah, I'm actually a firm believer that Madden was still better that year. I played both, and I think Madden was still better that year, but it scared them because it was quite good. 2K5 was quite good, and they had the first person mode, so you could like switch to the running back and play in first person, which was, by the way, really jarring, but it was cool. Like, it was a cool mode, but they definitely had competition and they were rolling up fast. And I actually liked how at least on defense, where you could actually choose, like, okay, instead of just picking one play, you could be like, oh, well, I want the defensive lineman to slant left, and I want the DBs to cover, zone cover, and then I want the linebackers. You could choose by position on like what you wanted them to do instead of just like a play. And I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really awesome.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Also, they kind of did that a little bit on the offensive side of the ball too, but there's kind of less, kind of, because like it's so determined on, like, offense is so determined on what the other players are doing. But
that's kind of what I wish FIFA would do, because there's so many. I mean, from my perspective, I've coached soccer for like 15 years at this point, and there's so many different like kind of like tactics that you teach, but they're not necessarily like predetermined plays like in basketball or in football or something like that. But there's certain like defensive tactics that like where you press the defense, or obviously there's like modes where you can kind of like have a high defensive line, or you could have a kind of like a far back defensive line, like if you want to park the bus, so to speak. You can do that, but those are like very basic. Like I'm talking like more specifics. Like I want my outside backs to be further up the field, or like I want my center midfielder to be more like a false nine position. So there's so many other different things that I wish like you could kind of change, like before a game,
right?
To I don't know, whatever. So
yeah. Good times. Sports games. I really like playing FIFA, by the way. I don't really pay attention to soccer, but I really like FIFA. Kind of like golf. I like golf games, but I don't care about golf, you know. All right, Stoy, let's get into our topic of the show. It's a big one. I had a different topic, but we'll do that next week. But this kind of coincides with the Halo show release. Whoa, that was weird. I was
just
choking.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, power of editing at an hour and 20 minutes recording. We're gonna cut that out.
All right, cool.
Probably not. So on top of the Halo show, there's a big rumor that The Rock is going to star in some sort of Gears of War adaptation. And the topic this week is Xbox going to try to go full force into movies and TV again, like they were trying to do at the launch of the Xbox One generation? Are they going to go about it differently than how Sony's going about it? And do we really need Xbox games to be turned into TV or movies, and which one would work better? So if anybody has been paying attention, the Coalition and the Gears of War Twitter accounts tweeted out, let's have a badass new year 2022. And it was like, and some people think that we're going to get a Marcus Phoenix collection or like an Xbox 360 saga collection that includes Judgment in a kind of an HD form, kind of like the Master Chief collection. Some people think that we're going to get a Gears show or movie, and then that coincides with something that The Rock tweeted out last week where he was like, we're bringing one of the most badass games to the big screen, and I've been playing this game for almost 2 decades, which Gears kind of fits into that at this point because the first one came out in 2005 or 6, right? And so, and The Rock, what video game characters do you think of when you think of somebody that looks like The Rock, right? Gears, clearly.
Yeah.
So do you think Xbox is going to try to do TV and movies now that Halo is coming and Gears is kind of rumored?
I mean, it's tough because Halo is one of their biggest franchises, and they've tried for years to get that onto the silver screen. They had that partnership with Steven Spielberg like years and years ago, where they were going to bring it to. I think they were going to bring it to the big screen. Yeah,
well, it was going to be like produced by Amblin, which is Steven Spielberg's company, and Peter Jackson was going to direct it. Like that was the movie, right? That was going to be his follow up to Lord of the Rings, and then they pushed it because he was doing King Kong, and then he dropped out, and then Steven Spielberg dropped out, and then Neil Blomkamp was attached to it after District 9 and Elysium.
Yeah, and Neil Blomkamp had that really good demo video of like what Halo could look like, and I remember seeing that when it first came out. I was like, dude, I'm in on this. Yeah, I'm in on this. Like, I like the gritty style of Neil Blomkamp, but
District 9 was like an okay movie, but I really loved the aesthetic and how it was shot.
Yeah,
and I was like, man, that could really be cool in a Halo universe, like on the ground, kind of like almost, even if it wasn't Master Chief, like an ODST style game. Yeah, or show in that style, that would have been really cool. So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. I know it's all kind of part of the conversation, but I mean, it's kind of tough because, if Halo doesn't succeed, I really think Microsoft is really putting all their chips in this basket. That if the Halo TV series succeeds, then that's going to push them to do more. If it fails, I think they're going to backtrack and say, okay, maybe we shouldn't dive into this.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess if you can't get, maybe their mindset is you can't get Halo to work, what could you get to work, right? But like, I could totally see an over-the-top Gears movie, almost, right? Like, the first thing I thought of, like, as a Gears movie, it was like, I know Dave Bautista has voiced very heavily that he wants to play Marcus Phoenix to the point where they put him in Gears 5 as Marcus Phoenix, which he's too young at that point. At least, like I like Dave Bautista. I think he's a fun actor, especially in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's clearly the best part of those movies. But like if you're gonna have him as Marcus, like it's got to be like Gears original trilogy era.
Yeah.
But then
I couldn't see The Rock. I mean, I couldn't see I could see him more as a Dom like character if he were to be in Gears. I wouldn't see him as Marcus Phoenix.
I also thought about Dave Bautista as Marcus and The Rock as Dom, but spoilers for Gears, you're not going to give The Rock a character that dies.
Yeah. Yeah, you aren't really. I don't think The Rock is going to take that.
Unless they move away, like Halo's clearly doing, moving away from the games and doing its own kind of thing, And like, I don't know. I felt like maybe you would put The Rock as Marcus at that point, which I would feel really bad for Dave Bautista because he's been voicing that forever, but obviously, The Rock is the biggest thing in Hollywood. I also thought of John Cena as Baird, based off of Suicide Squad.
Honestly,
and Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. He could really do a really good job with that. Yeah.
I thought that was my instant thought was like The Rock. If The Rock is Marcus, John Cena is. It would just be like one of those weird WWE crossover movies.
Yeah. And if Terry Crews isn't cast as Cole.
Yeah, Terry Crews was my first thought for Cole as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that same energy. So,
But then who would you cast as Dom? That's the question.
Like I said, I suppose, in this situation, I suppose The Rock would be good, but...
Roman Reigns, I guess? Isn't he like his best friend? Isn't he like The Rock's best friend? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know wrestlers. Those are the 4 wrestlers I know. 3 wrestlers I know, I guess. I don't know who you would cast as Dom at this point. I looked up Hispanic actors because Dom is, and there's no one here that looks like, John Leguizamo or George Lopez. Those are the first 2 names that popped up. Probably not.
No. And neither of them.
And then Cheech Marin.
No.
Probably not going to be Dom.
No. I mean, it'd have to be someone like obviously like a kind of like a more like an unknown type character.
Yeah.
Or something.
Oscar Isaac popped up, which like could be interesting. He would be like kind of the only one out of those that would stick out, but also like The Rock is so big and John Cena is so big and Terry Crews is so big. I don't really know how big Oscar Isaac is, but he's not that big.
What about Mario Lopez? AC Slater as Dom.
I mean, that would be a weird choice. It's an inspired choice. I'll say that.
Dude, that'd be no. I mean, I'm putting a hard no on that one. But
I mean, like, honestly, Dave Bautista as Dom could be cool.
Dave Bautista could work, yeah.
But like, I know he wants the Marcus role, and do you give him the sidekick role? I mean.
Dave Bautista at this point, he's not thinking sidekick role anymore. I mean, isn't that why he that's why he turned down to play Drax again? Or
he's playing Drax. This is the last time he's playing Drax.
His last time playing Drax, yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I guess, but like if you're gonna cast The Rock as your main role, you're like The Rock isn't a sidekick guy either.
No, yeah.
But I think Dave Bautista would be awesome as Dom. He's kind of like. I mean, outside of Drax, he's kind of got that like cool demeanor. He's not a super huge name in acting to the point where you can't kill him off later. Obviously, if you're going to go do the whole trilogy, like
right.
I think that would be a good casting.
But no, I mean, like I said, I totally agree with you. But I still can't wrap my head around The Rock as Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah, I can't either. I also thought about like, what if they did something outside of Gears 1? If they told like their own story within the universe, that could be interesting. But I think Marcus is the draw, right? I think Delta Squad is the draw to Gears.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'd be cool to do like a kind of like an Emergence Day type story.
Yeah.
Of just like the first day of the Locust attack.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcus Phoenix and his Delta Squad. I mean, or whatever squad he was, in charge of at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of like present day Gears 1 or, something like that. So.
Yeah, I was also thinking the story of Gears Tactics, but like The Rock doesn't have enough hair to be Gabe.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Let me see. Baird's team in Gears Judgment. I want to see what kind of characters there are. Kilo Squad.
There was the Russian dude.
Yeah, that's. I mean, there's a. No, there's. I was trying to think of like anybody that he could play in that squad, but it's. I mean, it's Cole and the Russian guy and the red-haired girl. So. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what's happening, but I think I mean, who knows? It might not be Gears, right, that The Rock is hyping up, but a lot of people have been making those connections.
Yeah. What was it that he said again? He said he played that franchise for like 20 years or something like that. Is that what he said?
He said, let me find the direct quote. He said almost 2 decades.
Almost 2 decades. Okay, got it. Because we gotta think. Obviously, Xbox itself is 20 years old.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, Gears is roughly 10 to 12 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Here, everyone is guessing what The Rock's new video game movie might be. It says, I can't tell you which game in particular we're doing, but there will be an announcement this year. We're going to bring one of the biggest, most badass games to the screen, and one I've played for almost 2 decades. I'm really excited to bring it to the fans around the world. Of course, we're going to do it right by our gamer friends, but really, we're just going to make a great movie. Yeah, that's it.
That's the hardest part about video game movies is the rabid fan base that are so protective.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've already talked about this with the whole like Halo fan base. They're so protective of their franchises. And if there's any sort of deviation from the formula that the video games set, then it's like, no, that can't happen that way.
Yeah. There's some pretty good memes here, though, underneath this. Rockman, it's basically like it's him photoshopped in a Mega Man costume. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you see our EXP Cast Discord?
I haven't. No, what?
No, we when this announcement came out, we threw up a whole bunch of like really shitty photoshops of who we think The Rock should be as. I'm trying to. I mean, there's been a lot of Monster Hunter talk lately in our room, but yeah, I think I made a really crappy Photoshop of him on a Mega Man suit. Yeah, someone did Terry Diggs with Coltrane.
Let's see. There's one. Oh, by the way, did you watch the Rampage movie he was in?
No, I didn't.
It was actually okay. Like, it was definitely watchable.
Okay.
It's on HBO Max if you have that. It's
yeah.
It's okay. Like, it's definitely watchable and way better than I expected it to be. He was also in Doom. Remember when he was in Doom?
Yep, I remember when he was in Doom.
That was not great.
Yeah, Josh ended up photoshopping him on Marcus Phoenix's body too. But yeah, I think someone posted a picture of him with on the Minecraft character.
I mean, that would be an insane movie if he just voiced someone in the Minecraft movie or something. Because there is a movie in development, right? A Minecraft movie somewhere in development, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure. Jeez. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The Rock could be in. Let's see what people are saying. Badass video game adaptations The Rock could be a part of. Here we go. The other game people were pointing out was God of War. But I don't know. He was already Hercules and that movie didn't go well.
Yeah.
I could see him playing Kratos though.
I mean, yeah, but I think Kratos is too dark. Well, I suppose he's playing as Black Adam,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
think he could do dark.
Yeah. There's also a Call of Duty movie in development, which people are attaching him to.
Well, they've been talking about a Call of Duty movie for years, man.
I know.
Like, jeez, like I don't even listen anymore.
Oh, people are pegging him as Dom in a Gears of War movie
Okay.
because Dave Bautista is apparently already attached to it.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Hmm.
I could. That's an interesting push.
Do you think he would be linked with? I know they announced that they got the Mortal Kombat 2 movie has a
Yeah,
has
but
a
who would he be
new
in that?
director.
Who would he
He could
be
be
in?
Baraka.
I guess.
I mean, he's already got the bald thing going.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think he would want to be something that's going to be more high profile.
Yeah, for sure.
Not that Mortal Kombat wasn't high profile when it came out, but it didn't review well, and nobody.
I liked it.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
I liked it.
Also, The Miz is campaigning to play Johnny Cage, which is hilarious.
Who?
The Miz, he's a wrestler.
Oh, okay, got it.
He
All right.
like he was on Dancing with the Stars this past season, which is a show me and my wife both enjoy, and he's
Okay.
like he's really fun and really funny. He clearly is Johnny Cage.
Okay.
I almost said Johnny Cash, not Johnny Cash, Johnny Cage. So yeah, I don't know. People are pegging The Rock as Dom, but I don't think he would sign up to be a character that's gonna die. That's my only thing. That's my only thing. But I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really trying to think. I'm like kind of searching through like 20-year-old video game franchises and trying to kind of think to myself like, what it could be. And my brain went to like, he could be in Metal Gear. There could be a Metal Gear Solid game coming out or movie. I mean, he could be. I mean, there could be another readaptation of Street Fighter movies.
Mm-hmm.
Who could he be in that?
He could be M. Bison. He could be M. Bison.
Yeah, he could be.
Who's the boxer?
Balrog.
Balrog. Yeah, he could be Balrog.
Yeah, he could be Balrog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he could probably nail that a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Killer Instinct's about that, so you could do. They could even do that too.
Yeah.
So many different paths here, but I think obviously the more obvious route is probably the Gears of War.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I'm looking at recent video game movies in development, live action. So Uncharted, which is coming out soon, right?
Yep.
Which I'm actually excited to watch that too.
Yeah, I am too.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2. He could be in Borderlands because him and Kevin Hart are buddy. But they already announced that, though.
Yeah, they already announced that.
So,
they already announced who was going to be in it. And I know who was the big guy in the first one. What was his name?
Roland, which is
Roland.
Kevin,
Yeah, he was.
That's who Kevin Hart's playing, though. So
that's weird.
I mean, he could play the Berserker, I guess. What's his name? I forget.
That's what I was talking about. The big bald
guy.
Berserker.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there, Gears of War is tied to Universal.
Okay.
And yeah, it's tied to Universal. It hasn't been announced, but the script is apparently tied there, and they're looking for people to. I guess I don't know. I didn't know that. I know The Rock is tied. I know $7 Productions is really heavy into some Universal pictures too. That could make that's making sense. Just Cause is also a movie in development, which I could see him blowing shit up.
Yeah.
Just Dance.
But I don't think he would sign on for that kind of small of a franchise, though.
What, Just Cause?
Just Cause.
Yeah. Just Dance, I don't see him in that. I don't see him in Ghost of Tsushima, Minecraft, Mega Man, Metal Gear Solid is in there, Portal, Untitled Rabbids film, Tomb Raider. Is there someone in Tomb Raider he could be, like like a villain or like a?
I mean that the Tomb Raider. There's not really any other identifiable characters in the Tomb Raider series of video games besides Lara Croft.
No, who is her sidekick guy in the video game?
Oh yeah, in the reboots.
Yeah, Jonas.
Yeah, Jonas. That was it. Yeah,
Jonas.
Yeah.
He could.
You're right.
He could be Jonah.
He ain't gonna be a sidekick.
It's fair.
I mean, he could be, I suppose. Yeah.
And then Space Invaders, Saints Row, and Yakuza are all the confirmed movies in development.
Saints Row, huh? Still.
Yeah. There's also animated movies that are in development.
Mm-hmm.
There's another Angry Birds movie in development, apparently.
Okay.
I don't know if he would do that. I mean, he's done animated movies before, but I don't think he would be in that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
There's also a bunch of Pokemon movies in development. So, I don't know. I guess we can move on. I feel like we've been talking about this a little bit longer, but what other Xbox franchises could you see making it to TV or movies?
I think Perfect Dark would be a good franchise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm really kind of itching for some kind of like super spy type series.
Yeah,
and especially that would especially be really good with a with like a female lead actress. That would be great. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I would love a Perfect Dark. It would be almost like a James Bondish type movie, but like cooler with the gadgets and stuff. I guess.
Yeah, it'd be futuristic.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Who would play Joanna Dark? That's a good pick.
That is a good pick.
And is she not American? Is she American?
She's British.
She's British.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna look up British actresses, but I guess you could be American and have like act a British accent. But
yeah, I was gonna say because like it goes both ways. You got British actresses that are like doing American accents. It's easy, and then you got the vice versa thing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, let's see. You got Keira Knightley. You have Emily Blunt. You have Emma Watson. Rachel Weisz. I guess those.
Honestly, I could. As weird as this for me to say, I could see Emma Watson doing that. I mean, she's
it would be a different kind of role for her. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if she wants to, show range.
Yeah.
And
be an action star.
Yeah. Amelia Clark. I'm trying to look at people who I would feel like are young enough for that. Gemma Arterton could be like those are the ones that pop up that would be young enough to do that role, I think.
Mm-hmm. So. What one would you think? Did you have an idea of the franchise?
What franchise?
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of thinking like Dishonored could probably be cool. I was thinking like maybe Dishonored would go almost like a weird kind of Resident Evil or Underworld style thing where you have that weird kind of gradient over the entire movie.
Yeah, actually Underworld would be a really good parallel to that because that had a really gritty. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Now that we mentioned Underworld, Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Would be a good Joanna Dark.
Yeah. She was on that list too.
Yeah. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just looking at actresses that like maybe could see Emma Roberts. I'm looking at American actresses now. Okay. Sophie Turner. I feel like Sophie Turner could do an okay job. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's Charlize Theron would be like my first choice.
Well, yeah, because she kicks ass.
Yeah. Plus, she already did Atomic Blonde, which was good. She always is badass. Mad Max. She was in the new Mad Max movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
She was in back in the day Aeon Flux.
Yeah.
She did that.
Yeah. She can do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She was in that movie on Netflix, Old Guard. Did you watch that?
I have not.
It's like a bunch of like supernatural like protectors of the world, and they just kind of go in and kind of like, I don't know, they kind of come back to life when they die. It's an interesting premise. It's interesting.
Okay.
Gosh, Xbox owns so many franchises now that I gotta like look them up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Owned franchises. I could almost see Fable as almost like a parody of Lord of the Rings at some point, too. I thought about that too.
Fable would be, yeah. Fable would be good. It's just, you have to have a franchise that's kind of like identifiable with an audience, and I think Fable. It's been too long since we've had a meaningful Fable.
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah.
So,
I think. Shoot. Oh well. Okay. I guess I forgot about this, but there's a Fallout show coming to Amazon. It's actively in development.
What?
Yeah, I did not know that. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. Let's see. Outer Worlds could be interesting. That could be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be like almost like a Star Wars-y kind of the way they're doing the Mandalorian and Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
Hey, Battletoads.
Battletoads. Could you imagine a live-action Battletoads movie?
Bro, like, The Rock already has to build for it.
Yeah, it's true.
So.
Or...
And I did you play the more recent Battletoads?
Yeah.
It was pretty hilarious. Like, a lot of those cutscenes are like, man, they could turn this into a really funny cartoon series.
Yeah, I thought
the writing was on point, the humor was really good.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was going to be like a Cartoon Network like style cartoon at some point, or Nickelodeon, like late night Nickelodeon style thing.
Kind of like I almost like it as like an Adult Swim kind of thing. So I thought like, that'd be an interesting if they actually took it to be like a main franchise. But well,
what if The Rock not reprises his role, but does another Doom movie?
Was that a Netflix exclusive? They did another Doom movie that was a Netflix exclusive that was pretty bad. It was worse than B movie.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah. I can't believe I sat through it.
You know what movie I would really like to see, honestly, though? Would be a Wolfenstein movie. Or like a show kind of like Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
But like in a Wolfenstein universe almost.
I wondered that if that could do the whole like alternate history with the Nazis winning World War II, kind of like the what the Wolfenstein timeline did, where like an alternate history where like, the Nazis became like super powered.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I almost think like, man, that would be so cool. But like, I feel like The Rock couldn't really be BJ Blazkowicz.
No.
Not that like you can't have someone who's not white play BJ, but like, I feel like that's so intrinsically tied to BJ and the time period of the game, right? That like you almost have to have a white person saving people who aren't white, or
especially since they made it known that obviously he has a Polish upbringing, so that has to be tied into the character.
Yeah, but does it at this point? Because we've seen so many things take liberties. Like, what I mean?
Well, then don't call him BJ Blazkowicz. Then you call him something else.
Yeah.
You could have a Wolfenstein movie, and maybe I'll get crucified for this or whatever. And that was poor choice of words, but I may get blasted for this. But you can have a Wolfenstein main protagonist not be BJ Blazkowicz.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
So if The Rock played as that role, he could be a completely different character.
Yeah, it's true. The things I don't want to see though is like I think the easiest thing you could do is basically do like a State of Decay show, basically be The Walking Dead.
Oh no!
No,
I don't want that.
I don't want that. But I feel like that would be
I'm with you on that.
That would be like the easy one. Oh, Walking Dead's popular. Let's put State of Decay as a zombie show and see what happens.
Yeah. Hey, like Walking Dead's ending, so let's replace it with something else called like Walking Dead.
Right. Or like Elder Scrolls basically be a Lord of the Rings style show. I think that would be an easy one to get your foot in the door with, especially if you have Elder Scrolls 6 coming out in a couple years, right? Like that would be a one you could develop. Man, I don't know. I'm looking at like these shows or these games that have come out recently, like, and I can't think of anything that would be like, oh man, I that would be a really cool thing if they tried to do this, you know? Like Hellblade is one that I'm looking at as like, that would be a really trippy thing, but I feel like it wouldn't work as a movie.
No.
You know?
No, because the main draw of it is that you're experiencing it. And you can't experience it as a movie compared to a video game. And that's why a lot of times the video game medium is a better storytelling device than movies can be.
Which is where I think like I feel like TV shows would work better for games. Like I think we've already proven that at this point, right? With the surprise kind of success of Castlevania, and what was the other video game thing that recently came out? That was I know Devil May Cry is being produced by the same team.
Dota, the Dota anime series was really good.
Yeah, a lot of people love that. So like,
and I'm not even a Dota fan.
Yeah, I feel like TV, like, just because like you're so invested in games for such a long time that how are you going to cram a game into 2 hours, right?
Yeah,
and yeah, there's certain things like I think Uncharted is going to be an okay movie, right? Just because it's got all the pieces to make a movie. Just make a dumb Indiana Jones movie and there you go. But like something like how would you turn Fallout into a movie, right? Like it's going to work better as a TV show.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that's the problem because like you take a video game movie, like say for example Resident Evil. They packed the first game and the second game into one movie.
Right.
And there is so much lore associated with each game that they rushed the story.
Yeah.
And to me, as a fan of both the original games, I was able to follow along, but I couldn't imagine being someone that had no idea about this universe.
Right.
Like, man, I was just getting this huge information dump, like dumped on me over these last couple minutes, and now I'm supposed to keep up with the rest of the events.
Right. And like at that point with Resident Evil, they should have made the first movie its own movie, and then if they were going to combine movies, they should have done 2 and 3, right? That's the
honestly
route
that's how they should have done it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed the ride, but it's like they rushed it.
Yeah.
They really rushed it.
Yeah. And I don't know. And after that second movie, I feel like that those movies just made a turn for like, we're just going to do our own thing. And if someone shows up from the games, then someone's going to show up. Right. But
yeah. Well, I was talking about the more recent one, Welcome to Raccoon City.
Oh, the more recent one.
Yeah. The more recent one.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, the original Paul W.S. Anderson ones, they went on their own track right from the start.
Yeah.
And honestly, the second movie that he did, I don't think he even directed it. He brought in a different director, but that was actually more true to the video games than any of those other movies that he directed or produced.
Yeah. I kind of want to watch those movies again just because they're dumb. But I don't want to watch the Netflix one because you said it was bad. You said it was really bad, or the more recent one.
I didn't think it was bad. I just think it was I mean, I don't know how to exactly explain it. I mean, I tried to explain it on my podcast like multiple times where like Josh doesn't understand why the hell I like it, and I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't know why I like it, but like I like it as a Resident Evil fan, but I do admit that they have some faults with the storytelling and the pacing of it. Mm-hmm. And what they did to my boy Leon, like, you know, but
yeah, I don't know, man. I guess I just don't really care that much I don't really care that much if movies are like 5 stars or 0 stars. Like I just want a fun ride, but also like I don't really need games to be movies either.
No, I don't either. Yeah.
As I sit here being really excited for the Halo show, but I mean that Assassin's Creed movie was like, why did we need that?
And see, and that's the thing, we don't.
Yeah.
We really don't. Like, I mean, would you have been fine if there were no Halo TV series?
I mean, yeah, I would be totally fine if there was no Halo.
Yeah,
TV
I'd be
show.
totally fine with it too. Like, I would still enjoy the Halo franchise just as much as
yeah,
if we had a TV series.
Or like Tomb Raider or Uncharted, and it's like I feel like those have the highest rate to be successful because they're based on things we already know, like Indiana Jones and stuff, and you could just staple that whole outline onto this movie and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand what this is trying to do. And I mean, those games were pretty cinematic anyways, but it's still like those games were still like 12 to 15 hours long.
Yeah.
How are you going to condense that into 120 minutes? Like, I just don't know. And I know they're doing their own thing, and that's what I think I appreciate most about Uncharted and Halo. What they're doing now is like they're kind of doing their own thing, and they're not sticking to the script of the games. And I think that's where they're going to have the most success also, is like if you are not limited by what the games have already done, and you can kind of tell your own story and make your own canon within, like, okay, yeah, Master Chief looks great. There's things I recognize. Let's just tell a fun story that resembles Halo, whatever, right? Like, that's fun. I really enjoyed the trailer. I really enjoyed the Uncharted trailer too. Like, I know when that's been through development hell too, but like when they released that first trailer, I was like, man, I've been making fun of this for so long, but it actually looks so fun. Like I'm into it, and like The Last of Us on HBO and the Twisted Metal show that's coming, like if those do their own things outside of the canons of the game, which I think it looks like The Last of Us is going to be like the most straightforward. It feels like just based on casting and who's in it and like what, like Neil Druckmann really being involved in it, right? Like, but I feel like that's going to be the most disappointing in a way,
Really?
Yeah, not that it's like, I feel like the quality is going to be the highest because it's HBO and people involved in the games are involved in the show and whatever. But like, I feel like people who played the game, there's nothing new there. I mean, there might be like a scene or two in an episode where like they dive deeper into something or they change something a little bit just to throw you off. But like overall, I feel like it's going to be the same, and they've already seen this story before. So like, what are you really getting out of it? So, I don't know. I feel like I'm.
Yeah. That's. I mean, we could talk in circles over like what we expect out of video game movies and TV series or miniseries or however you want to look at it, but ultimately, it all comes down to like the fan reaction and what entices movie studios to make this stuff. We had a string of really bad like video game to movie adaptations that. There was a lull for a while to say like studios didn't even want to touch anything with a 10-foot pole. And then, some people started to kind of break out into, hey, let's give it a shot and let's really actually put forth some effort into making this a worthwhile adventure that both fans of the video games and new fans will enjoy. And that's going to be the hardest draw, is to delve fans from both camps.
Right. Did you, but did you see the Tomb Raider movie, the newest one?
Yes.
Did you like it?
I did. I mean, it told a really good origin story, and it followed a little bit of that first reboot movie, but still took a few liberties of its own to really tell a good story. And I think, ultimately, I think it did the trick. I mean, is it a deep story? No, but none of the Tomb Raiders were really deep stories or deep character-driven stories. It was a really good action flick with a chick that was badass. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was just wondering if like Alicia Vikander could probably play a badass Joanna Dark. By the way,
she could actually. She really could. Yeah. She's pretty. She got pretty ripped for Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I like what I like, and I want more of what I like, and I think that's why, maybe Halo, I'm not as sour as a bunch of other people on the internet. I like Halo. I want to see more Halo, and if this is how you're going to give it to me, this is how I'm going to get it,
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to hit on anything else there, but
no.
And it's the same with Uncharted. I want more of what I like. I don't care how I get it anymore. I'm too old to be a sour puss on the internet.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I'm getting too old for it. I'm not dying on any hill.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into an argument, or if someone comes at me and says that Welcome to Raccoon City sucked, I'm like, I don't care. Fine. You don't like it, whatever. Yeah. And if you don't understand the way I like it, then I don't really care to describe it to you. I don't really care to explain to you why I liked the Tomb Raider movie or why I actually liked Welcome to Raccoon City. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to you, and I'm not going to change your mind.
Right.
So, or change your perspective. I think that's part of the problem is that people expect to change minds, and it's like you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what else I like, Stoy? Our audience for listening to this episode of Arsenal X. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening.
Y'all
to this
the real
episode.
MVPs.
Yeah. You are. You give us a reason to come back every week. Other than the fact that I enjoy Stoy's company.
Oh, I enjoy your company too as well. It makes Sunday nights worth it.
Yeah, it does. So if you are listening on iTunes or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stoy, where can we find you?
I am on the EXP Cast, a video game podcast within the Boss Rush Network as well. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram there at EXP Cast, and on my personal Twitter and Instagram at Stoy MKE8.
Yeah. You can follow me at I am Corey HC on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting the Boss Rush podcast every Wednesday night live right here on twitch.tv/Boss Rush Network. Remember to like, subscribe, share, rate, and review wherever you listen to our show. Catch all of our content on bossrush.net. And until next week, we love you. Goodbye, everybody.
What's the matter? You hurt? Hey, bro.